What's poppin', everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Meezy Show. I'm your hostess with the mostest. So, excuse that. Okay, so it's not looking good for our guy DJ Envy. Okay, so first and foremost, let me say before I get into any of this, before I get into any of that, please hit that subscribe, that comment, that like button. Before we begin, let me know that you a true Meezy Show fanatic. Okay, so yeah, it's not looking good for our guy DJ Envy. But before I even get into too much of the story, let me say that in this case, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reserve judgment, being that we've never known anything but good, positive things coming from DJ Envy. From what we know of him, he's a family man. He has children. He has a wife. He's been pretty upright, as far as we all know. Before this situation. So I'm not going to jump to any conclusion. But now that that's being said, I will basically address the facts. Okay, so apparently he's being accused of running a Ponzi scheme in the real estate game. So he has allegedly made claims to a lot of different investors, both legit and illegit investors. Some people, I guess, there was no paperwork. Like, they from the streets. This money can't be claimed, He supposedly made claims that he has a portfolio of 3,000 properties, and it was just, which I don't know about that one, right? But we do know that he's been spending a lot of money. He's been doing this for some years now. Every Christmas or something, he spends like $1 million on his wife, stuff like that, right? For being a talk show radio host guy, even though it is with some big names and a big station, that's pretty. These are pretty weighty allegations. Okay, so I guess he's been making these claims, saying that allegedly he's been saying that he's got 3,000 properties, and so what people are saying that he was doing, and there's been some lawsuits already. They've been saying that, well, basically he'll sell the property and try to sell it to someone else, or promise the property, get the money, and don't have the property. These are all the allegations, right? So, yeah, there's some lawsuits. I guess there's some federal type of investigations. I will say that he's had money for some time, long before these allegations were ever in the air. He's been playing with some money. He sued, I want to say it was Hot 97 or something like that, for some harassment with his family and his daughter or something to that degree. I guess that was for like some millions of dollars, right? So he's been playing with some tickets for quite some time, right? So to question his financial abilities, I feel like would not be correct, because he has been that guy for a while. Now, there's been some allegations, right? There's a guy named, I want to say it's Tony the Closer or something like that, who's supposed to have been one of his business partners or something, allegedly. He's coming out speaking against him. There's other people that are speaking against him, filing lawsuits, jumping on the lawsuit bandwagon, and it's not looking good, So we don't know what it is, right? We don't know. We don't have a clue. We just know what it is that we know, and that's that these allegations are in the air. But in his defense, he's been playing with money for quite some time, and we know nothing but good things from coming from DJ Envy. He's kind of like a Master P. Like, when you hear something bad about Master P, I don't know about you guys, but me, I'm from the 80s. I grew up on Master P. Before recently, you've never heard anything negative about Master P. Never heard of him doing nobody dirty. Never heard of him not giving no money to nobody, paying nobody. All the rappers talk good about him. No one ever says he was shady, he was slimy, he stole my money, he this, that, he tried to rape me. None of that shit, right? All is positive things. So when you hear something bad about somebody like P, come from someone from my generation, you'll be like, hold on, bro, nah. And it's funny that only his son talked about him. But anyway, so in this situation, Envy's never had a negative word spoken about him, except for maybe from another host or like Rick Ross or something like that. With that being the case, you got to hear him out, So Envy's smart though. He's not gonna just jump out and blah 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 blah. No, Envy's not stupid. He's not a dummy. He's not gonna just jump out there and start making statements recorded online where they can, you know, gather the information and use it against him. No, even if he was guilty, Envy's not dumb. He's not gonna just put this out there. Now, what are some possibilities? Maybe there was some misunderstandings. That's a possibility. But what they're, according to the claims that they're making, I don't see a misunderstanding even being close to what they're explaining. They're making it sound pretty bad. They're making it sound like real bad. You know, for lawsuits to already be in the air, all these allegations, and you getting money from people who are not legitimate. For him to do this would be pretty foolish, especially being that he's already been playing with M's for some time now. There's a lot of things he could have did to, you know, if he, I'm not saying he did it. Who knows? Maybe he did. Maybe he 100% innocent and it's a misunderstanding, whatever. But if it is true, this is like really foolish. This was very foolish, and you know, I hope he can clear his name if it's not true. You know, when people are famous and they're playing with big money, and then there's investors, they're disgruntled people that maybe things don't work out the way that they wanted to. So I'm not ruling anything out as a possibility. You get what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, Envy is kind of like a household name at this point for hip hop news and stuff like that. I don't know, bro. I really don't know. I don't know what it might be. I know he's had some subtle problems with people in the past, but nothing big. And he's the kind of guy who will address situations. He's close to certain rappers where he's just, see, this is different. This is what separates Envy from a lot of these other guys. Let's say, for example, there's a guy named OT Genesis. There's a bouncer or valet or something that scratched his Lambo at a club. He reached out and said, oh, hey, I'm gonna show you how to do the insurance thing for the Lambo because it's a little different, being that it's a high-priced vehicle, blah, blah, blah. And he reached out to him. Like, stuff like that. Like, he helps people. He's got a good name. He doesn't have a negative smut, scuff, blemish, stain, anything like that on his name, from what we know. I've never heard, like I said, I've never heard anything other than upright things about Envy. You know, he got into it with Rick Ross. Who knows? I mean, Rick Ross is, you know, correctional, or he at one point in time was a correctional officer. So I don't know. Who knows? Maybe this can. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is what we all know, and so I'm just go ahead and deliver it to you because all this stuff is available online. We don't know what the true situation is or isn't. There's a lot of possibilities. There's a lot of gray areas. A lot of what ifs, maybes. But if Monty had nuts, she'd be my uncle. So you could say that until you blue in the face. It wouldn't make a difference because we riding on facts. We just talking possibilities. Yeah, man. You know, I hope that he can clear his name on this, and I hope that this is not the case. I hope that, you know, I hope that everything goes smooth. Hopefully it was just a misunderstanding or whatever the situation. Because if not, it's not looking good for Envy. The feds will investigate. They will undoubtedly get testimony from, if he's guilty, they will undoubtedly get testimony from all these people, the alleged victims in the case, saying that they lost X amount of dollars. And I guess there was some talk that he was writing checks to them and saying, oh, just hold it, don't cash it, or something like that. The money wasn't good, hold it. I don't know. This is all new to me, bro. This really is. I don't see this coming from Envy. I really don't. But then again, who knows, you know. So anyway, man, let me know what you think in the comments. If you have not already, like I said, go ahead and hit that subscribe, that comment, that like. I appreciate y'all watching. Salute. I'm gone.